Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to today's edition of The Fishing Teacher. Really appreciate you guys swinging by the channel to watch the video today. I always appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be giving some tips and advice on fishing finesse buzz baits in the summertime, like this little 1/4 ounce model. Really, we're going to talk about the 1/8 ounce and the 1/4 ounce models. These things are really good in the summertime of the year, my favorite time of year to fish them. So we're going to get into some good tips with that, and I think it's going to add up to some good ones for you guys this summer. Also, guys, just a quick reminder about our Father's Day sale on my Solar Bat series, RB2 and RB3 series Solar Bat sunglasses. If you get a pair before Father's Day, you can get them at 25% off. So I'll put the Solar Bat link in the description here if you guys would like to get your pair. Much appreciated there. And Elijah's got his new Nerf gun over there. If you hear that noise over there, that's what it is. Okay guys, finesse buzzers, man. Most buzz baits we talk about are the larger models. You guys that watch the channels a lot, you hear me talk a lot about, bigger buzz baits. I'll show you one, for example. I'm gonna show you the difference between the two here. One I talk about a lot is this Mega Bass Jamaican Boa, which is a 3/4 ounce model. And this next to it, this is a little 1/4 ounce model that you have right here. You can see, look at the difference on the blade size there. It's just a huge difference. Now, there's a lot of different scenarios that this works in. The big buzz baits work in certain times of the year, pre-spawn, late fall, that type of stuff. But for whatever reason, in the summertime of the year, well, I know the reason, they prefer a small one, a little bitty tiny buzz bait, because what happens is the shad start spawning normally like in May. So by the time June rolls around, like we have right now, the shad aren't very big, the first hatch of shad. So I just think the bass tend to like to feed on smaller stuff up shallower. I hardly ever do good. When summer rolls around, like June, July, and August, I don't catch many fish shallow on big lures. I have to go to small baits, like little small buzzers, small crankbaits, little, 1.2 inch square bill crankbaits, just flipping and pitching downsized stuff. It just works a lot better with that. And also, guys, I'll put my Buzzbait link in my Tackle Warehouse description in the link of this video if you guys want to try some of the small buzz baits here. So let's talk a little bit about when you want to throw them, the scenarios with it. For this type of fishing here, when you're talking about a small buzz bait, I have found out in the summertime, it's all about the low light level. Now, sometimes of the year, you can catch fish on buzz baits all day long. I mean, in the springtime of the year and in the fall time of the year, you can pick a buzzer up in the morning and not put it down, and you have a good chance of catching them all day. Not so much in the summertime. In the summertime, I found out with that warmer water, you really have to take advantage of those early mornings and the later evenings for the buzz bait. The cloudy, rainy days, you don't have a lot of them in the summertime. They're pretty rare. But for me, my favorite time of day to fish a little small buzz bait is right off the bat in the morning when there's still shade on the water. Now that's typical with top water, but it's really, really critical with the small buzz bait. What you want to look for, the number one structure, here's ideal scenario. If you've got water visibility anywhere between like 1.5 to 4 foot, and you get out there, say right at daylight or a little bit after daylight where it's still low light, there's some shade on the water, find any riprap on the lake. It could be the dam riprap, bridge riprap, it could be riprap between boat docks. Any type of riprap, guys, is money with a little small buzz bait. It's just, for whatever reason, that is my number one structure. If you don't have riprap, the second best structure is any type of shallow aquatic vegetation. It could be reeds, it could be lily pads, it could be shallow milfoil or hydrilla, it could be water willows, gator grass. But again, that low light, shady type areas, reeling a little small buzz bait on the outside of that grass bed or any type of weed cover. Now, one of the things that I do like with this thing is this is a 1/4 ounce model, and I do use the 1/8 ounce some, which is even smaller than this. I do a lot better on this bait throwing it on a spinning rod. And the way that I like to set it up, which is a lot more efficient to me, is I'll take like that Mega Bass 611 whip snake, I'll put it on like 20-pound test Seagar Smackdown braided line, and I'll throw it on that spinning rod, because with this light buzzer, it does catch wind. When you cast this thing, the blade will catch wind. And with a bait caster, it's hard to cast this thing very far with it. So you can take that spinning rod and you can make underhanded pitches with it. You can cast it a long way. And with that 20-pound test braided line on there, you don't ever miss them. There's no stretch. And even though you're using a spinning rod, that no stretch on the straight braid, you'll hook them every time on this. And I do usually run a small trailer hook with it. Also, guys, I stay with the shad pattern. So I'm in the summertime of the year, silver blade just like this with a shad pattern is my #1 color. Some type of translucent skirt like that. Different times of the year, like in the spring and fall, I do like a black a little bit better. But for the summertime, it's this small little buzzer, silver skirt, or clear skirt, silver blade on there, fishing it around low light type areas, right up on the bank. And I think a lot of times what happens is a lot of those fish in the summertime, they feed a lot at night, shallow, and then they move out deeper in the daytime to suspend out there or go deeper. But you can usually take advantage of that window for about the first couple hours and catch some good ones. Also, I'll tell you another place, the best place to look for them. So if you're looking for the part of the lake that's got the best water in it, go back into your major creek arms and go back towards the back 2/3 part of the creek, especially if it gets flat back there. That's where I always do the best. The major creek arms, I get 2/3 of the way to all the way back. I get on the flat banks over there or whatever riprap or shallow grass or whatever's there and just try to fish it in that type of area. But anyway, guys, give it a try. A lot of people don't fish the little buzzers. Again, I'll link them in the description of this video, my tackle warehouse link, and hope it adds up to some good ones for you guys. We'll see y'all later.